Hello everyone, welcome to my class. In this video, I'll be discussing about the Mesopotamian social organization, about the Mesopotamian society. We are continuing with the second theme of class 11th history, that is writing and the city life. Until so far, we have discussed many things like how the writing developed in Mesopotamia, then the people involved in warfare, emergence of monarchy, all these things we have discussed. So in this video, I'll be focusing more on society. So in this first slide, you can see the hierarchical setup of the Mesopotamian society, in which the topmost ladder was of a king and his family. Then comes the priest and the nobles, then traders, clerks, and they give importance to the scribes because their entire trade, documentation, record making, all these things were done by the scribes. And writing and reading and writing was not an easy task in Mesopotamia, because the reason was that the scribe had to learn various symbols, because their writing was very complicated, right? All these things I have discussed in the previous videos, so if you have not watched those videos, please go through those videos. Then comes the farmers and the craftsperson, and the last ladder of the society was of slaves. Now slaves here were the prisoners of the war, or the people who had not paid their debts. So this is a rough structure of the Mesopotamian society. And we know about in detail about the Mesopotamian society because thankfully we have an ample of information through their writings, the legal texts that are found in excavation, dealing with disputes, inheritance matters, etc., about trade and all, right? So let's discuss the society in detail. Now, in Mesopotamian society, powerful priests had much political power in the beginning. Their cities developed, remember, I've told you their cities and towns developed around the temples. And temples were managed by the priest, and they were the dominant personalities of the society. So, initially, the powerful priest held much political power in the beginning. Later on, when the Mesopotamian people were indulged in local warfares, then the military commanders or the chiefs who used to won the warfares, they became prominent, and they eventually became the monarchs, creating a new structure of government called dynasty. Dynasty here is a series of rulers descending from a single family line. So this dynastic rule slowly, steadily, gradually came into trend. Again, the three prominent social classes of Mesopotamian society were of priest, nobility, that we have discussed. Then comes the craftspersons and merchant, ordinary workers like peasant, farmers, and then the last one were of slaves. Slaves were not treated as free citizens; they were dependent on their owners, and they were paid. This was another distinct feature of Mesopotamian society. The status of women in the Mesopotamian society, they had more rights than in many later civilizations, but not allowed to attend the schools. So they could not read or write. Literacy was not there among the women in the Mesopotamian society. Now here this is a map of an excavated site of Ur. Ur was an important uh, site or important city of Mesopotamia, and here through this map you can see the entire structure of the city. Now we'll try to understand their town planning, and we'll compare it with the contemporary civilization, one of the site of contemporary civilization of Indus Valley civilization, that is Mohenjo-daro. So in this we can see that the city Ur, this was excavated around 1930s, And this map shows that it had a narrow winding streets indicate that wheel carts could not have reached many of the houses. So they need to brought their products, their sacks of grains or firewood on the donkey's back. Narrow winding cities and irregular shapes of the house plots also indicate an absence of town planning. Uh, but if we compare it with Mohenjo-daro, which was a contemporary site of a contemporary civilization, it was well planned at that time. Drains and clay pipes were instead found in the inner courtyard of the Ur houses, and it is thought that house roofs sloped inward and rainwater was channeled via the drain pipes into sumps in the inner courtyards. This would have been a way of preventing the unpaved streets from becoming excessively slushy after a downpour. So this is again a point of difference, because in Mohenjo-daro, even the streets and the roads, they were quite they were made up of burnt bricks. So the chances of becoming slushy in the monsoon season, in the rainwater, when the rain downpours, that factor is that pavement doesn't allow the streets and the roads to become slushy. But here in Mesopotamia, they have different arrangements for that. Then people seems to have swept all their household refuse into the streets to be trodden under roof. This made street levels rise, and over the time the threshold of the houses had also to be raised so that no mud would flow inside after the rains. Light came into the rooms not from the windows but from the doorways opening into the courtyards. This would also have given families their privacy. There were superstitions about the houses, and all these things are recorded in their Oman tablet, which were found in Ur. For example, one of the superstition was a raised threshold brought wealth. A front door that did not open towards another house was lucky. But if the main wooden door of house opened outward, not inward, the wife would be a torment to her husband. So such were the superstitions that they follow. The Mesopotamian people follow, and all these things are. We come to know about these things from their clay tablets. Then there was a town cemetery at Ur, in which the graves of the royalty and commoners have been found. But a few individuals were found buried under the floors of the ordinary houses. So, probably these people were ordinary people. Now, comparing the two civilizations, there are other point of differences that we see in these two civilizations. First of all, in Harappan civilization, the houses were built to the east of the citadel, while in Mesopotamia, the houses were built around the distinct palaces or the temples, which were dedicated to the patron gods or goddesses. They gave importance to the religion first, and they developed their cities and towns around the temples. Then most of the Harappan people lived in small villages, while most of the Mesopotamians lived in cities and towns. The Harappans had walls built to protect their own houses, while the Mesopotamians, they had built walls to protect their entire cities or towns. The Harappan people were peaceful in comparison to the Mesopotamians. Remember, I have explained about the warfares, local warfares among the Mesopotamian people. Then the Harappans traded in cotton, beads, other art and jewelry, while the Mesopotamians traded in precious stones. They give importance to precious stones. This we have discussed when we have discussed about the king Enmeker. Then the Harappans grew melons, lettuce, and general fruits and vegetables that they ate, while the Mesopotamians grew flax and used it for oil, net, cloth, and food. And if we talk about their technologies, then the Harappans established an exact measurement and weighing system, while the Mesopotamians first created the wheels. Excavation shows that Harappans had proper town planning, followed a proper grid pattern and proper drainage system, while these things are not seen in the Mesopotamian sites. So these are some of the important, though there are many more differences, but these are some of the peculiar features of their town planning of the two civilizations. Here is a picture of the beehive shaped houses of Mesopotamian, an open courtyard you can see here, where most probably they perform their day to day activities. And there is no scope, if you can observe, scope of light and air, um, or through windows, but they have only doorways. And this picture gives an idea about the town planning of the Indus Valley civilization. And here you can see they have used burnt bricks to construct their houses. Then not narrow but wide streets and roads, and flat roofed houses, drains you can also see. So this shows a systematic planning of the Indus Valley civilization. So till now we have discussed about the social life of the people of Mesopotamia, and we have compared it with the Harappan civilization, especially the town planning part, right? So in the upcoming videos we'll be discussing more about the Mesopotamian civilization. So till then, make your notes, prepare your notes, go through these points again and again. And thanks for watching this video.